GPP Master members, as just promised in my week 4 strategy value video, I wanted to jump in here based on a lot of questions we're getting from tons of members regarding strategy. We did the strategy session week 1 with myself and Bill and Dan and Willie, and we're going to have another one, as you know, mid-season after week 8, but I wanted to just jump in with a quick video here on a couple key strategy pieces at this point in the season. Got a lot of questions about how to form a lineup. If you're going to do 20 lineups or 25 lineups, again, in our GPP Master Strategy, you have to have a budget, and you got to make sure that budget allows you to enter a big money payout tournament with at least really 20 to 30 lineups. So how do you scatter and form those 20 lineups was a question I've been getting asked a lot. So I can talk about how we do it and how I do it, which is I start with my quarterbacks. I look at every quarterback I want to play and every quarterback I want to fade, and then I take what I call my super quarterbacks. Last week that was Rodgers and Tannehill, my strong and value play in the GPP Master Strong Value video. And on the super quarterbacks, I'll put them in 3 or 4 lineups with different stacks and different players and different defenses and different variations. But I'll take the other quarterbacks I have to play and play them at least each one lineup. And I'll fade who I'm going to fade. Last week I faded Stafford. That hurt, obviously. The guy who won the $1 million did not have Stafford. So you can do that. So I'll look at the quarterbacks. So let's say there's 12 games this week, 24 quarterbacks, and I like 12 of them. And 3 are super quarterbacks. I'm going to play the 9 regular quarterbacks once, let's say, and I'm going to play, that's 9 lineups, and I'm going to play the 3 super quarterbacks 4 times. That's 12, there's 21 lineups, and that fits our plan. The second thing I'm going to do is say, all right, who am I stacking those quarterbacks with? If it's a 1 lineup quarterback, so I'm only going to play Dak Prescott once last week, I'm going to stack him with Dez, obviously. Then I'm going to decide if I'm going to stack them in a single stack or a double stack. Am I going to go just him with Dez, or am I going to go him and Dez and Beasley, or him and Dez and Witten? Are we going to try a double stack? Double stacks are risky, but if you have a week that your quarterback throws for 6 touchdowns like Simeon did, for example, you're going to have a huge advantage. And again, you're playing for that one big win. So I'm going to go quarterbacks. Which ones am I going to play? That's going to form the basis of my lineups. I'm going to fill it in with my stacks. And I'm going to use at the other receiver positions a lot of those stacks, right? So if I'm going to go with Dez with Prescott, and then I'm going to have my Tannehill-Landry stack, I'm going to use Dez with Tannehill and Landry. I'm going to use Landry with Prescott and Dez. Use the stacks because you think they're going to have good games. So take those stack receivers and use them both in and out of the stack. If the tight end's a stack, that's easy. Otherwise, you're going to go down and fill it in from there. Then I'm going to look at my running backs, and I'm going to say, okay, first and foremost, do I want to pair a running back with a defense? Last week, I paired Zeke Elliott with the Dallas defense, several lineups, because I thought Dallas was going to cruise, which they did. I thought they were going to run it down their throat in the second half, which they did. And Elliott had a good game. It was a good play. Unfortunately, Dunbar and Alfred Morris took touchdowns away, so that was a little bit of a problem. So I don't want you to always stack a defense with a running back, but I think you have to have some of that where you think the defense is really going to have a dominant game. Obviously, Spencer Ware and the Chiefs was a good example, but that one was almost too strong because the Chiefs had so many defensive points that it took away from Ware. So now you would have your quarterbacks, your stack receivers, your other receivers, your defense, your running back. Now you just have to fill in the rest of your players, your flex, your tight end, and decide from there. And obviously there you're going to go with the best available players, the ones our tools recommend, the ones we recommend. One other question we got a lot of this week, and that is we have an incredible team of experts. We have all won major GPPs in multiple times. We just had a Millionaire Maker winner week 1. The first week of this product, we had a member win the Millionaire Maker, $1 million. Willie has won tons. Bill has won tons. Dan and myself. And we have the only one-on-one live advice where you can come on and speak to our expert team before games. And the question was, when you read our articles and you watch our videos and you come on one-on-one, sometimes we're giving out different advice. And several of you guys have asked, is that contradictory? And the answer is no. You're going to play 20 or 30 lineups. We're not all going to play the same lineup. We're not one voice here. We have tools that are one voice. But we are a team of experts, and we're all going to weigh in and give our take and opinion because you have to play 20 or 30 lineups. So you want to kind of blend the best. If we all love, let's say, Aaron Rodgers last week, obviously that's a strong play, and you have to go with that, and you have to pay attention to that. If I like Rodgers and someone else likes Luck, and that's fine. You're going to still pick those kind of 9, 10 quarterbacks you like and go with them anyway. So the beauty of this is individual voices. You then have to take that information and kind of form your 20 or 30 lineups around the strategy. Makes sense, hopefully. Look forward to seeing you guys all, and make sure you watch this week's Week 4 Strong Value.